Bodybuilding has history dating back to the early 1900s when physical culture emerged as a movement aimed at promoting strength and fitness through weight training. The sport truly began to develop in the mid-20th century, with pioneers like Eugene Sandow laying the foundation for what would become modern bodybuilding. By the 1960s and 1970s, bodybuilding entered what is often called the Golden Age, a period marked by athletes like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Franco Columbu, and Frank Zane, who brought aesthetics and symmetry to the forefront of competition. This era focused on the blend of muscularity with a classic, V-tapered physique, as seen in contests like Mr. Olympia. As bodybuilding advanced into the 1980s, a shift began to take place. Athletes started pushing the limits of muscle mass, ushering in the mass monster era. This change brought size to the center of attention, with competitors growing larger while maintaining impressive conditioning and vascularity. The 1980s became a battleground for bigger, more muscular physiques, culminating in events like the NPC Amateur Grand Prix 1987, where young rising stars in the bodybuilding world aimed to make a name for themselves in the sport. Preparing for a bodybuilding competition is a grueling process, taking months or even years of dedication. Athletes spend countless hours in the gym, focusing on sculpting each muscle group to near perfection. Nutrition is equally crucial, with bodybuilders following highly restrictive diets to achieve the low body fat percentages necessary to reveal every muscle striation and vein. In the weeks leading up to a contest, competitors often enter a phase known as cutting, during which they reduce caloric intake and dehydrate their bodies to enhance muscle definition and fullness. These weeks are particularly intense, with a mix of grueling workouts, meticulous meal plans, and the mental challenge of enduring the physical strain. On competition day, the atmosphere behind the scenes is a mix of anticipation and intense focus. Competitors pump up before stepping on stage, using weights and resistance bands to increase blood flow to their muscles, enhancing their appearance under the bright lights. There's a palpable tension in the air as bodybuilders prepare mentally for their routines, each knowing that months of sacrifice come down to just a few minutes of performance. Behind the curtain, conversations are sparse, with many athletes zoning in on their own strategies, trying to block out the pressure of the competition. Once on stage, bodybuilders are judged primarily on a set of specific criteria: muscle mass, symmetry, definition, and presentation. Judges look for balance between muscle groups, aiming to see a competitor who demonstrates both size and aesthetic proportions. Bodybuilders are required to go through a series of mandatory poses that highlight different muscle groups, from the front double biceps to the back lat spread, allowing judges to assess their physique from every angle. Stage presence and posing are crucial, as competitors must present their physique with confidence and grace, showing off their hard work while concealing any weaknesses. Ultimately, winners are selected based on who best combines muscle mass, balance, definition, and the overall impression they make on stage. The NPC Amateur Grand Prix 1987 was a notable event for aspiring bodybuilders hoping to earn recognition and potentially turn professional. At the time, National Physique Committee contests were a critical stepping stone for competitors trying to reach higher levels of the sport. NPC Grand Prix contests in the 1980s typically featured a range of weight classes, from lightweight to heavyweight, with the overall winner often receiving a pro card, allowing them to compete in International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness events.
Much obliged you hopped on board for this snazzy trip through American life in the 1940s and 1950s, all captured through nifty vintage photographs. If this flick's got your motor running, don't be a square. Click on that jolly bucket of bolts to subscribe to the channel for more top drawer content just like this.